Are you tired of old boring textbooks? Does your teacher give you basic worksheets every day? If you've answered yes to these questions, then you need to check out our school.
Our school focuses on ownership, uniqueness, and relationships. It's our school. At our school, personalized, authentic learning and community engagement reign. Our school is set up to foster independent and collaborative learning experiences. Unlike traditional schools, we value the importance of teaching the whole child.
Studies find that student engagement drastically drops as students move through school. Around 75% of students are engaged in 5th grade, but by 11th grade, only 32% of students report that they're still engaged. This video, featuring Sir Ken Robinson, demonstrates why traditional schools are killing creativity.
Now, I don't mean to say that being wrong is the same thing as being creative. What we do know is, if you're not prepared to be wrong, you'll never come up with anything original. If you're not prepared to be wrong. And by the time they get to be adults, most kids have lost that capacity. They have become frightened of being wrong. And we run our companies this, by the way. We stigmatize mistakes. And we're now running national education systems where mistakes are the worst thing you can make. And the result is that we are educating people out of their creative capacities. Picasso once said this. He said that all children are born artists. The problem is to remain an artist as we grow up. I believe this passionately, that we don't grow into creativity, we grow out of it. Or rather, we get educated out of it.
The mission of our school is simple. We want to center around personalized and project-based learning. We want to meet academic and emotional needs of each student as an individual while giving them opportunities for real-world applications. We want to prepare them to achieve their maximum potential. We provide guidance through advisors, instructors, and members of the community, and students are able to create and fulfill standard-based projects in grades K through 6.
So our school philosophy centers on our students and what they need in terms of support, opportunities, and connections in order to be successful. Students are forming their own identities with the support and guidance of others, but their identity and the path it takes is entirely up to them. Our goal is for our students to become productive members of the community.
Student projects typically revolve around student interests and the need to create an authentic learning experience. Often students don't just stay inside the classroom walls. They venture outside of the school to observe new environments, conduct research, and work collaboratively in order to fulfill different project requirements. Recognizing that each student is different and has a diverse learning style, we try to schedule and orient classes that meets their individual needs. The following video, again from Sir Ken Robinson, demonstrates the types of learners that you might encounter in a school.
We need to radically rethink our view of intelligence. We know 3 things about intelligence. 1, it's diverse. We think about the world in all the ways that we experience it. We think visually, we think in sound, we think kinesthetically, we think in abstract terms, we think in movement. Secondly, intelligence is dynamic. If you look at the interactions of a human brain, as we heard yesterday from a number of presentations, intelligence is wonderfully interactive. The brain isn't divided into compartments. In fact, creativity, which I define as the process of having original ideas that have value, more often than not, comes about through the interaction of different disciplinary ways of seeing things.
So at our school, each morning we have morning breakfast together, and this gives us a chance as a class to get to know each other and build those relationships outside of an academic area. We also have the opportunity to work with the older kids and eat breakfast, so we can kind of have that mentor opportunity. But we also get to work with the younger kids, so we have the chance to mentor them and show them where they're going to be when they grow up. This morning meeting really helps because when we have issues in class, we've built such a community during breakfast that we can handle these problems and continue on without learning being disruptive because we're all working together as a team. After community breakfast, we have morning meeting, and this is where we really work on goals as a class and individual goals for our class, for our projects that we do. Our individual goals are more for teamwork that again builds that team in the classroom, and the individual goals are ones that the students are working on for themselves. This also is the time where we reflect on the goals and how we're doing, and the students are able to tell us if they need help or if they need to move on with their goal or set a new goal. So it's a good time for reflection and then using your peers and the teacher as a resource to help reach your goals, since in the end we are a team working towards these goals.
Project-based hands-on learning experiences are crucial at our school. Take a look at an example of this in a 4th grade classroom. So, in just a second, you are going to pick from all the materials that we have on the back table, and what you're going to be doing is building another model, a retrofit model of the Washington Monument in order to, what?
Make it better.
We're making our original design better because we're trying to figure out how we can prevent or reduce the effects of Earth's changes or natural disasters over time. Good job. Yeah, so what we're going to be doing is you have a plethora of materials. You have Q-tips, coffee stirrers, popsicle sticks, tape, clay, a ton of different stuff. And you can use that to make a 2-inch by 2-inch, so it's going to be a square that's 2 inches on every side. And how tall? 12 inches, very good. To simulate the Washington Monument. You want it to look as close to that as possible, but ultimately the goal is that it withstands a earthquake test. Yes, okay? Classrooms at our school are set up a little different than traditional methods. Instead of having desks or tables in large rows, we have open areas for students to work and complete projects. Students are able to relax in a comfortable learning environment and spend time collaborating with others in those areas.
So to give you an example of a type of student that might go to our school, we'll take sample student Sarah. She wanted to be a veterinarian since she took her dog to the vet as a kid. And during our initial survey and interview that we conduct for admittance, it was noted that Sarah wanted to learn ways to help animals stay healthy and safe. So her assigned advisor coordinated some field trips to rescue shelters and really encouraged Sarah to complete service learning hours in an actual vet clinic. And then through her experiences, Sarah crafted a project for families that demonstrated how to best take care of pets. Another project she did was a collaborative opportunity where Sarah worked in a small group with peers of all different ages, and she created infographics to post throughout the community on like what types of food should be allowed and avoided for certain animals. When she graduated, she felt that she fully understood the field of the veterinarian and was able to use this information to apply to the college of her choice.
One really important part of creating a successful environment is having a strong community and business partner relationship. We try to provide students with innovative and real-world learning experiences through the use of community businesses, parents, and local donors. We give students opportunities to actively problem solve and even help businesses with problems that they may encounter. Students who wish to explore different careers in order to demonstrate mastery of standards have opportunities to work with different businesses in the surrounding area. Here's what one of the physical therapists had to say.
My name is Kyle McDermott, and I am a physical therapist at Feely Physical Therapy that is located within the Our School community. We have students from the school shadow us once a week. We then work collaboratively with the students to design programs or devices that will improve the field of physical therapy. I really enjoy working with the students, and this experience has helped to make the connection between the school and the community more apparent. At the end of each semester, I always attend the showcase nights. I am always impressed by the ideas of the students at our school.
At our school, we focus on ownership, uniqueness, and relationships to guide students throughout their academic career. If you're looking for the roadmap to success, you can find it at our school. Come explore a new opportunity and join a community of learners who focus on learning things in new and interesting ways. If you're interested, visit us or email us. We hope to see you at our school.